In this exercise, we're going to build an embedded style sheet. You'll recall from the exercise about inline style that inline style only controls the style of a single element. Well, with an embedded style sheet, you can actually control multiple elements on the page with a single style rule. We put embedded style into the head portion of the document between the style tags. So let's go ahead and put those style tags in. We do need to put a type equals text CSS here to define to the browser what's going to go in between these particular tags. As you can see, Dreamweaver has been very nice and helped me out, giving me code hints along the way and closing my tags for me. Your editor might do the same. You may have to type all that out. This is a feature of Dreamweaver that can be very helpful and nice. So, okay, now we're ready to put some style rules right into this section. I went ahead and saved my page just so I've got that. And we were going to go ahead and let's select the paragraphs and give them some style. So to do that, we create an element selector of P. This means that this selector is going to relate to every element P that exists on the page. And we'll go ahead and put in the rule, text align right, and we'll give it a font family of Arial. I'm going to go ahead and save the page, and I'm going to open it in Design View to see how that worked. You can open it in your web browser if you're not using Dreamweaver. So as you can see here, the paragraphs are now styled quite differently. They are aligned to the right, and they have a font of Arial. If we go back into code, we can see another example of this where let's go ahead and style our list items. Let's say we want to make them bold. So we'll go ahead and say font, weight, bold. And we save the page, look in Design View, and now you can see that all of our list items appear in bold. And you can go ahead and continue creating style right from this section. Now, the advantage again is that we're using a single element selector, yet we're choosing multiple instances of a given element style. There are certain advantages of working with embedded style sheets. One of them is that obviously you can work only in one document. So as I'm building my page, I have my style up in this area, and I can constantly move back and forth, seeing how my changes are affecting the overall design. So that's a nice way to work. But as with inline style, there are some significant concerns about the use of embedded style sheet and how truly practical it might be. Let me give you a little idea of what that's about. Essentially, embedded style, the more information we put up here, the more code grows. And the more code that you have in a given page, the longer that page takes to load. So we lose some of that ability to deliver really fast pages. The other thing that's of real importance is that with embedded style, we don't have the certain advantage of being able to control multiple pages. We can only control this particular page. And so we don't get the vast benefit of linked style, which we will cover in the next exercise. So while it can be useful for building the page and figuring out your design as you're going, and also, just to see if you want to make a little change or something like that to that one page, there's some good uses for it. But typically speaking, you're going to want to also stray away from this one. But it's important to understand, as with inline style, that there is a relationship here in the application hierarchy. That's the technical terminology used to describe this cascade. In other words, where the styles can come from and how they're going to be applied to your document or full site. So in this case, with embedded style, you're only controlling aspects of a single document, and you don't get the greater benefits of all of the things that linked style can afford us. One more thing that I'd like to show you is how inline style and embedded style work in the cascade. And this will allow you to see a little bit about that application hierarchy issue that I was talking about. So let's go ahead and put an inline style in this particular paragraph that does something different than the style we have created in the embedded style sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the style attribute, and I'm going to put a text align to the center. And if you've got your thinking caps on, I bet you can guess what's going to happen. And that is that only that particular paragraph is going to get centered. These are still right aligned, but this one is now centered. And that is because the inline style is overriding the embedded style. It takes a higher precedence, it has a higher precedence, and that is one of its advantages.